Hello, my sweet angels. Today I'm going to give a quick message on what blocks people from healing. Like, what is blocking people from healing? Because I think this is important. If you're wondering, like, I feel like I'm doing the work, but it's not really working. Well, I have an answer to that. And I was thinking about this, but then I was like, let me just ask the spirits. Like what like kind of like messages they want to give on this. So some of these things I was already thinking myself. I'm like, this is why people don't fucking heal, but they want it. Like, it's weird. Okay, so some people I don't feel that a lot of people who say they want to heal actually want to, because so like what we see here with the first card I pulled is the Lover's card. So like the number one blockage to from that's like preventing people from healing is a lack of self-love. And a lot of people think that they love themselves, but they don't. Like, a lot of people think that self-love is just like, I think I mentioned this before in one of my other videos, where they think that self-love is just liking how they look. But like, no, it's like it's loving your not just your fucking appearance. It's loving your spirit, your soul, your like who you are as a person. And a lot of people do not love themselves, and then when you don't love yourself, you can't really like, how can you heal? Like, you're gonna like, you need that's like number one, like, you gotta love yourself to heal yourself, because a lot of like the unhealedness and like the blockages come from a lack of self-love. And then you don't want to like, people like, I want love, and then like, but they don't even have love, and then they don't have love to give, and then they get into like toxic ass like relationships and shit. And then we have here the Father of Cups, which is like the King of Cups. And this is speaking about people who just stay stuck in their emotions, like their emotional baggage. Like, they don't want like they stay stagnant in their own emotions. Like, say they have like sadness or anger or like fear or whatever, they just stay in that emotion for like days, weeks, months, years. They don't transmute that shit. They don't transform that shit. They don't release that shit. They don't turn it into something else. Okay, so this card randomly moved on its own. I should have I didn't get to see that. I didn't get to put that on camera, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to count just to make sure, because I can't read that shit. So 5 of Swords. So I heard right away, like, lying to oneself, and getting like, some people are addicted to their chaos. Like, they think that the chaos in their life, or the drama and all the bullshit, they think it's normal, and they I heard like they accept it. And it's also like mental conflict that they don't address. Like, they a lot of people, like, they just, like, they don't really, like, it's like they, like I said, like, they just accept it. So like, they don't really think that there's anything to change, but then they want to change it, they want to heal, but then they don't take the proper steps to do that. And this is a non-judgmental video. Like, if you really want to heal and you're thinking about what's blocking you, well, listen, like, this is real life. We have the 3 of Pentacles here, and also the 3 of Swords, and that 3 energy. So with that 3 of Pentacles, right away, I already heard, I talked about this in one of my last recent videos, that a lot of people expect other people to heal them. They will go to a therapist, expect them to heal them. They'll go to a fucking doctor, expect them to heal them. They will go to a fucking spiritual person, like a spiritual healer of some kind, like a fucking Reiki healer or a tarot reader or whatever, a medium, expecting them to heal them, or going to their friends, going to this person, going to that person. Well, even healers, like, they don't really heal you, they guide you. Like, they can like help you to an extent, but they can't really help you if you're not helping yourself. You really can't, and trust me, you really can't. I have helped people, yes, myself, with my work, with my spiritual work that I've done. But there are some people, they block that shit. And I literally tell them, you are blocking me from helping you, but you're asking me to help you. How the fuck can I help you if you're blocking it spiritually? And they just don't, are like so closed off. So it's also like, it goes both ways. Like it's like there's like this opposite, and I just heard this message. It's like you're expecting other people to do all the work for you, and then this other the whole opposite end, where you're completely blocking out getting help from others, or even not just others, but like spirits, like your spirit team. So like, yes, there is help available, but you still gotta meet people halfway. You still gotta meet whoever's helping halfway and help yourself, because otherwise it's not gonna be balanced. Like, you're not gonna get that help. Like, you're not gonna get help because you're the one blocking it. So, and the Three of Swords, I heard, like, you know, it's kind of like the same energy with the Father, the King of Cups, where it's like you are just so like attached to your pain, and also I heard attached to your past. You don't, like, you're not letting go. You're not letting go. When are you gonna let that shit go? When are you gonna let that shit go? And saying letting it go doesn't mean that you don't care anymore. No, it's like you're not letting it go from your energetic field. You're not letting it go from it impacting you and your life. And the Four of Pentacles kind of reminds me of the what I was talking about, the message with you know, not accepting help. And I also heard like not like being grounded in yourself. Okay, so we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and right away I was thinking about karma. Like, a lot of people, the reason why what's blocking you from healing is karma, you know. And I also heard jealousy. Jealousy. If you are still jealous of other people and their success and their happiness and their joy and like good things happening in their life, how will you be able to get that shit for yourself? Like, seriously, how? If you're an unsupportive person, why do you expect yourself to get support? Like, if you're not a loving person, then why do you expect yourself to get love? So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about what goes around comes around, and that's what blocks people from healing, is their own jealousy towards others, their own energy that they're putting out towards other people. It's coming back to themselves. You know how many people, so many people, get jealous and angry when people heal and when people change for the better, because they can't do that. But it's like, you should be getting inspired. You should be getting inspired, not jealous and shit, and not all insecure and shit. And like, that's like, what goes around comes around. You gotta go heal that. And then we have the Hermit, so it's all about independence. And we have the Strength too, so this kind of ties in together, where you know, it's about independence. Like, you are supposed to be healing yourself and doing the work yourself. No one can really do any, like, fix you or anything. So if you are not if you can't, I also heard, if you can't even handle being by yourself, that is what's blocking you from healing, because that's like codependency. A lot of people struggle with codependency. Like, they can't sit with themselves, they can't be with themselves. And a lot of people say, well, I can like hang out with myself alone. Okay, but a lot of people don't like it. They talk about things like, oh, I'm lonely. Well, clearly you're in bad company, aka yourself. Like, that's why it kind of ties in with the lovers. Like, if you gotta really love yourself, yeah, there are a lot of people, they can hang out, they can be alone, but they can't really be alone. They have to distract themselves. They have to do this. They have to play, like, they have to play games. They have to watch movies. They have to like get fucked up on whatever. It's not, you're not really alone. Like, they can't be alone with their thoughts and alone with themselves. That's where the real healing comes in, when you're really alone with yourself and you actually reflect and introspect on shit. That's what the Hermit is representing. So, like I said, this is not a judgmental thing, because listen, I went through all this shit too. And I fucking when I pull this card, like, yeah, this is true, because in the past I dealt with this shit. But this is why I'm saying this now, because I've already dealt with this shit. So I'm telling you, this is the healing will be worth it. Like, you have to do these things. and the spirit, the cards are just confirming like these things, and like this is like these are divine messages, by the way, like from my spirit team. Like this is not really a talk video, just wanted to say that because I just wanted it to make it like strictly from spirit. And then the strength is like about power and like, you know, being strong, not knowing you're strong. A lot of people are weak, and they don't want to admit it. Like, well, just admit it, that you're weak at that time. You're weak, you're currently weak. You have to strengthen yourself. You know, it's kind of like building a muscle. Like you have to just be honest with yourself where you're at. And I also heard accountability. A lot of people don't take accountability for their actions. Same thing with the wheel of fortune. What goes around comes around. A lot of people don't take accountability for their actions. They keep blaming other people. They're like, oh, I'm like this because of my parents. I'm like this because my friend told me to do this. I'm like this because a spirit told me to do this. I'm like this because a demon made me do it. You're not taking responsibility for yourself, because like in the eyes of God, God sees that you're the one that did it. God sees that you're the one that did those things. You can't go blaming other people for your own actions, because if otherwise you are like you're basically saying that you have no control of yourself. Well, how are you gonna heal if you have no control of yourself, and there's all these people and all these entities that are controlling you? And like that makes no sense to me. That really makes no that one thing makes no sense to me, because that thing I can't relate to. I can't relate to. Like, never in my life was I pointing fingers at other things or other people or other entities, saying, oh, it's their fault for my own actions. Nah, like, so, but I've seen a lot of people who do this, and listen, this is what blocks people from healing. It really does block people from healing, because you're giving your power away. And like, how can you heal without power? Like, the first thing I said is power when I saw the string card. So if you want to heal, you have to take it seriously, and you got to look within yourself and realize your actions, you did them. Stop pointing fingers at other people. Stop that shit. Because how are you gonna heal if you think everything is everyone else's fault when it comes to your own actions? Because I'm not talking about like other shit. I'm talking about when it comes to your own healing. You're the one that's responsible. Like people can like say, for example, like someone calls you, like, I don't know, someone calls you ugly, right? And then you get sad about it, and you're like all like that, like you get all sad about it, and then you do some fuck shit after that. Like, there's an example. Instead, you could have just laughed it off and been like, well, I know I'm not ugly, I'm actually beautiful, and actually know that person is just projecting their negativity about how they think they're ugly. Okay, well, that's strength, that's power, and that's how you take your power back, and that's how you heal. But otherwise, if you don't heal, you're gonna be like, oh, this person called me ugly, so I'm gonna call them ugly back, and I'm gonna fight back, and I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, and then you're gonna be in this cycle. And okay, so this is the Eight of Cups, I'm pretty sure. So the Eight of Cups is talking about not leaving toxic situations, not leaving things that are not serving you, not releasing like people, situations, or things that are not helping you, not even disconnecting from it, not like cutting ties with it, even spiritually. Like, sometimes you can't cut ties with things in the physical, like at the moment, but like, and like, you know, you're kind of like tied to like certain shit, like you're tied to a job, like you're tied to living with someone, like all this shit. But like you still get to decide if they have an attachment to you. You still get to decide if you want to cut the cord or not, all that shit. So and like not even like just like not even talking to certain people, XYZ, like all this shit. Like you always have a choice on who you interact with, what you interact with. And this is what it's talking about, not leaving those things that are like hurting you, that are blocking you from your healing. And everyone knows what's blocking them from their healing. If you don't know what's blocking you, like, I mean, like specific things that you need to release, then you need to do that work and find out for yourself, because we all have different things we gotta heal from, and everyone's healing, and healing is every day, and healing is, that's what life, like that's what this life is, like yeah. And the Ten of Cups, I heard like expecting it to be fast, expecting it to be like one and done, like you did the healing and now you're like, I'm healed, I'm done. That's not reality. Like, that's not reality. And like when you when you actually start healing for real, you realize there will always be more to be done. There's always going to be more healing. Like every day is healing. And I also mentioned this in one of my other videos that like a lot of people have a negative connotation to healing. They're lazy towards it. They're like, oh my god, so much work to do, all this stuff. Well, like it's for yourself. Like that's why I said self-love, because if you really love yourself, you wouldn't have that negative energy towards healing. Like, oh my god, so much work to do. When you think it's a chore, you would say, I love healing. You would say, I love healing, because healing makes you feel better. And I would actually suggest you watch my 2 recent last videos, because I went more in deep with this. But I just want to make a short video for people that and just like kind of it's still like a different, like it's more specific on like just for everyone, like what's blocking people from healing. And then we have this card, and I think this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of wands. But okay, so I'm just gonna, so like you see how there's like a rainbow, right? And then it's like darkness. So this is like talking about like change, and like not accepting change and not willing to change. It's like, it's also, I heard like you want change, but like you're not willing to change. Well, how can you expect change in your life if you don't change yourself? Because whatever new situation you have, it will just be the same thing. Okay, so that's it for the message. I just want to say, like I hope like this someone like listens to this and they're like, okay, yeah, like that's that, like yeah, like that is like what's blocking me from healing, and just like doing the work and introspecting, like what do I need to do? Because like I said, everyone has different things to do and different things that they need to heal from. And I just, like I said again, this is not a judgmental thing. We all gotta heal. This is not me pointing fingers like, this is why you're not healing, this is why. No, I'm trying to help. Why would I? No. Like, and like if you're thinking that way, well, that's something you need to heal. And I just wanted to say that because I had there are people, when you want to help them, they're like, they get all angry and stuff. Well, it's like, okay, well, you need to heal that too. And like I said, like I went through some of these things that the messages that Spirit gave me. So, and because I healed it, and I realized these things like self-love, codependency, leaving certain situations and all that shit, that's what made me feel way better. And so yeah, this is a journey, it's not a destination. That's all I gotta say. Mwah. Have fun healing, because it can be fun. It can be fun. Bye.